What's up, Mike?
Yeah, we'll kick into it. Did you remember that you can make ringtones with iOS? Not with iOS, but turn 30-second clips into ringtones on iOS easily?
Um,
Because I
if
forgot about it.
someone would have asked me that question prior to you making a statement like that, no.
Oh.
But the fact that you made the statement, I'm like, yeah, that is a thing. How exactly does that work again?
So if I sent you a 30-second clip, you can share it to your ringtones.
Aha.
So I send you the audio file, you open the file, or you can send, I mean, it doesn't matter. Take an audio file, has to be 30 seconds or less, and then one of the share options, and it's actually available even if it's more than 30 seconds, but it won't let you implement it. So take the share option. Under that, one of the options is add to ringtones or make a ringtone, and then it adds it as a custom ringtone to your ringtone section in the settings.
Cool.
Yeah. And then you can use it for text tones or ringtones. So you could use the You've Got Mail element. I would not do that. Just saying. I would not. Oh my goodness, Apple, why is that still a thing? I was adjusting the volume of VoiceOver when you came in, and I went to Command Tab, and you know what happened.
Oh, your voiceover
Because I didn't
volume
tap escape.
right back to 100%.
Yep, sure did. And I was making ringtones, so I had my volume up loud because I was listening to different music.
I'm actually not having that issue. So,
Really?
No, I just did it, actually. I just changed my volume because it was up too loud.
Okay, so if I use VO Command Shift right arrow, get to volume, and then I go up to 30%, and then I just let go of all the keys and I hit Command Tab, it goes to 100%.
Nope, I just hit Command Tab and it put me in system settings.
Okay, Apple, you need to tell me what I'm doing wrong. I've thought about resetting this Mac. It's been a good 6 months. It's about time.
See, this is the kind of bullshit you get from a Windows user.
Hey, I was happy to find out that my Mac has been up for 9 days.
Yeah, now sometimes you do want to reboot your Mac.
Yeah.
Especially laptops, things they get a little grungy. No, I would strongly consider, and I hate to say this because it's kind of, to me at least, it's the nuclear option, which is just reset your voiceover settings.
I feel like I've done that recently, though.
And see if it fixes it. Yeah, but did you just set up your computer when it got fixed?
No, when we were having, I forget what issue I was having. Remember, I reset VoiceOver settings and it fixed the issue, if I recall right. But I don't know. I might try it again. Back it up, reset settings, because you can back up your VoiceOver settings.
Yes, do an export of your VoiceOver settings first. I have a huge, well, it's not a huge, but it's a noticeable crack in the back case of my iPhone.
And you have a case on your phone, huh? Wow, that guy sounded like he was badass.
That's why.
Hold on, I unplugged my headphones.
Oh man!
All right, I can hear you again.
That's why I stopped talking, so we can edit that out. Because I was like, man, I know you hear that. Like that is ridiculous. I do not have a case on my iPhone.
So it's an actual crack on the phone itself.
Yes.
How'd you manage that?
I have no idea. I mean, I've dropped it a couple of times. Recently dropped it, so that's probably what actually did it. But yeah, there's like so it's one of those deals where, like, on the back of your iPhone, this is the iPhone 15 Pro Max for people listening. So if you have a phone of the 15 model, because I don't know what the 16 and 17 backs feel like, but this feels to me to be like the all aluminum back or whatever. At any rate, I could be wrong about the material, but initially you want to think like, oh, it's just a scratch, but I think it's an actual crack in the case. So, Apple Care to the rescue, possibly?
Possibly.
But I don't want to give up my iPhone. Because
Just switch to the Android while Apple fixes it.
Oh, man, I'm doing other stuff with the Android, though.
What are you doing with the Android? Or can you talk about it?
I mean, I can talk about it. It doesn't matter. I don't think. I don't know. If you tell people that you're doing a thing that's kind of security focused, is it still security focused? I have no idea.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You've talked about it before.
Yeah, no, I got Graphene OS on the phone, and I have I'm trying to keep that phone completely separated from me and everything else. Just in case, it's kind of like a just in case. I will leave it there. If you get that or it makes sense to you in some sort of way, run with that idea because you're probably right. If you're like, I have no idea, what does he mean just in case? Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Yep. There's not any problems. Everything's great. Yep. Yeah. So since we're talking about phones, I'm going to talk about the Blindshell a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Specifically the Classic 3. Because I have my business number for the vending company is on that phone. I think I said I was going to do this on the show.
You at least told me. I don't know if it was on the show.
Yeah, I know I've told you. I was thinking, like, I don't remember if it was actually on the show. But anyway, I'm doing a thing, right? Because I want to test the phone. Because I've never actually used this as a phone that I should be carrying for some specific reason other than, oh, you should try this out and test it. Because it makes it really easy to be like, yeah, whatever, I'll leave it home today. And then you leave it home the next day. And then the next thing you know, you're at an event and people are like, well, does it do this? I really don't know. Hold on one second.
Let me try real quick.
Hey, Siri,
the
call
battery's
Michael
dead.
Babcock. Hey, Siri, call
too.
Michael Babcock. Mike, does the phone do this? Oh, wait, no, I didn't actually mean for you to call Mike. Stop.
And I'll be like, I don't know. I ain't used it in like a year.
Oh, God damn it.
Wait. Oh, you are calling me.
Yeah, I was trying to stop it, but nope, it didn't work.
It didn't work.
So I decided to use the phone because I wanted to be able, and there are things that theoretically the phone can do, but theory, as you know, is just theory, right? You have to actually prove the theory in order to know, is this true? So one thing I will tell you, and if anybody is listening, or if Mike knows people, no, I am not going to get on the Blindshell list. I'm not that dedicated. Mike was very dedicated when he worked for AT Guys. He was on the Blindshell list.
I'm still on the Blindshell list.
He did a lot. I have picked up some of those practices, but I get enough crap email, and I don't mean to say that the stuff on the Blindshell list is crap. I get enough email that I have to sort through, not to have to read that stuff. So if anybody knows if I'm wrong here, I would be happy if somebody can email us or hit me up on Mastodon or whatever. Man, call me if you got my phone number. Like, nope, dude, you're wrong. It does not like dual SIM, even though it should work.
Oh.
Because it has dual SIM slots.
Yes.
So I will tell you what I have here that should work because it should work. Now, at the end of this, I'll give you a couple of reasons why maybe it's not working. So my business SIM for Spirals is on US Mobile. And on US Mobile is their Dark Star network. So when you're setting up a new line on US Mobile, and if you're on the right plan, you can switch to different networks. Dark Star is their AT&T towers. Warp, WARP is their Verizon service. Lightspeed is T-Mobile for some weird reason. I don't know why, but whatever. So this is on Dark Star. So I'm using AT&T. And for reasons, because initially this line was also on my iPhone. So I had two lines on my iPhone. My personal number that Mike calls me on all the time, and then the other number that I try to get customers to call me on. So the business line was on AT&T. The personal line was on Verizon. Reason for that is from my perspective, not taking any cheap shots at T-Mobile, but I feel just generally, whatever area of the country I happen to be in, whether I'm in Alabama or a different state, one of those two services is guaranteed to get me data and phone calls, whether it be Verizon or AT&T. I feel T-Mobile is very good in dense populated areas, but not as great out on the edges. So why bother? Is my position. If you're always in a high traffic area, like, I don't know, New York City or Atlanta, T-Mobile's great. T-Mobile was great when I lived in Atlanta. It was excellent. But so I moved this line for the business over to a physical SIM, put it in the Blindshell. I had to do a little tweaking with the APN settings because it was AT&T, and there's a thing. But they actually have instructions up for US Mobile on the website now, which I should probably incorporate into the AT guys website now that I think about it. Crap, I wish I could just tell Siri to be like, hey, add this amount to do this, but that doesn't work.
I have something we can talk about with that. I can send you a reminder if you want.
Set a reminder.
I can make my bot remind you.
That might work, for sure.
Might, keyword.
Listen, if it doesn't work, eventually I'll remember to do it. It might be too much for now. All that being said, so AT&T works on here. The Verizon SIM that I stuck in, that I just added a line to, I have a pool of data because I have a business account with US Mobile. So I have a pool of data that I'm using for my hotspot or router on the van. So that data already exists. To add another line is like $8. I'm like, it's worth it just to try this out, test it out. I'm not going to keep it. So there are two SIMs. Well, one SIM works perfectly. That's the AT&T because it's in the primary SIM slot. It's in the first one. So Mike knows this, and if you're a Blindshell person, you know this as well. If you take the battery out and you start from left to right, there's SIM 1, SIM 2, SD card slot. Well, AT&T is in SIM 1, or Dark Star as it's called on US Mobile, and Warp is on SIM 2. I can't get data off of SIM 2. I can't make phone calls. I can't text. I can't do anything. It's there. It sees it. I can read the SIM card number from that SIM, but there's no activity happening. When I had the AT&T / Dark Star SIM in SIM 2, it was a similar flip-flop. The Warp line or / Verizon would work perfectly. It wasn't getting any business calls at all. So that leads me to my, there was a hypothesis and there was a theory that, hey, as to SIM card slots, dual SIM should work. And now I have arrived at my analysis. It don't work. Now, if I'm doing something wrong, somebody reach out, let me know. I will try it.
And if he's doing something right and it doesn't work, Blindshell, I'm sending you this episode.
Yeah, I'm actually making notes on stuff about Blindshell.
Yeah.
Now, what is nice about the potential for dual SIM is you have the ability to go in and say, always make calls from and choose a SIM. Always send text messages and choose a SIM. Or you can say, always ask, which can get to be slightly annoying.
Yeah.
But you can do that. You can also set, for example, text messages to always reply from the number that the text was sent to, right? So if they send a number to my spiral, a text to my spiral's number, it will just reply from that number. It doesn't ask me to choose. So they have kind of the base level features here that you need for dual SIM to work.
So what is it that you wish it did?
It doesn't work. The second SIM, whatever's in SIM slot 2, does not work as a SIM. Like it's basically not.
And if you swap the two around, what was in SIM slot 2 does work in SIM slot 1?
Yes.
Okay. And remind me, are they both AT&T?
Nope. One of them is AT&T. One of them is Verizon.
Okay. I wonder if it's... And you configured the Verizon APN settings?
No. Because you don't have to do that.
Oh.
It's only AT&T's APN that you have to go screw with.
Huh. Well, you know what people are going to tell you, don't you?
No.
It's not supported because it's not AT&T. I mean, T-Mobile.
Yeah. And then I'll just send them a link to the support page that says, here's what you do for Verizon. Here's what you do for AT&T. Here's what you do for US Mobile. I was like, wait, hold on. You got US Mobile on here? Wow. And it breaks down all through US Mobile networks. Dark Star, Warp, Lightspeed. I was like, whoa. They really did a thing.
So Blindshell, if you can fix it for him. And decide. Let me ask you, you know where I'm going. Have you done all your updates?
Yes.
Okay.
I have all the updates.
So I will reach out to Blindshell and
I'll reach out to him.
Okay.
I'll
you reach out to him. Yeah. And say, hey, fix your stuff.
I will take the step of looking at if they're at, because I actually skipped over the warp instructions, because as we have experienced, if you stick a Verizon connected SIM into a Blindshell, that has generally worked without any extra steps. I have proven this. As a matter of fact, when we started telling people at AT Guys that Verizon works, you can get the SIM. You can't have this whole conversation with Verizon that you're using a Blindshell and give them the IMEI number, because they're going to be like, oh, no, we don't know anything about that phone. No, you can't do that. Just get your SIM and put it in, and it
do
works.
What you need to do to get that SIM card.
I was on US Mobile when I did this proof of testing. I came back to you and JJ. I was like, yeah, man, it works.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just fine, no problem. It shows me Verizon as a connected network and all of that. Everything works. So I'll do some double checking. But I just feel like their dual SIM is broken because they didn't expect anybody to do this. Or perhaps they expected your second SIM to be some weird, pardon me, I don't mean to be disrespectful to the European people. They expected perhaps your second SIM to be a European-based SIM card or something. And there's something deep in the settings that none of us can get to that's like, yeah, this is what we expect to happen. So if this happens, then do that. If this doesn't happen, then nothing works. But we'll find out.
Adrian recently posted to the Shell Phone Show someone playing with Gemini on the Blindshell Classic 3. And I thought that was interesting.
You know, I was going to say I tried that, but I didn't. I tried to install Claude first, obviously. It's not a supported app.
Well, you can get its code and make it supported now.
Just rewrite the whole app to run on the Blindshell.
Yeah.
It's like, I got Claude in the shell phone. It's working right now. No internet connection or nothing. I got Claude working, which will probably still be faster than their AI. I did try installing ChatGPT, and I think I just stopped after neither one of those two worked. So I should try Gemini. I had a thought of trying Gemini to see if I could get it installed. But I was like, well, those two didn't work. Why would I think Gemini would work? Right. So I didn't try it. So I'll try that because it will be cool. Now, I want to get into a few things with my experience using this as a work phone, which means I have to take it with me when I leave. It's not just at the house. Like, I got to take it because text messages come in, things like that. All of this stuff is happening. So I think I am extremely confident in how I have positioned this phone to people, whether it's the Classic 2 or Classic 3, over the years, and what it does, what it is, and who it's for. Because it's decent. Mike never answered my WhatsApp calls from the Blindshell, so he doesn't know how the audio may sound. But other than that, phone calls have been decent. I don't have any issues. People are not like, I can't hear you. I don't get the crackliness or anything like that. Texting, the dictation is actually pretty decent, except occasionally, and I've mostly seen it happen when it does happen with trying to dictate a text message that there's a network error and we can't do this thing at the moment, which doesn't make any sense, but okay. T9 input is all right for short things.
Man, I remember writing a lot on T9.
Huh?
I said, I remember writing a lot on T9. It's
okay, but sometimes you have to wait just that. It's that. I think for me, it's mostly the additional waiting. Let's say I want to type the word can, CAN, where I got to wait for the input of the C before I can go to the A. Otherwise, I have not inputted the C. Like, I think that short delay there is what creates an issue for me.
Did you know that if you type 2 3 times and then press the down arrow, it'll insert C right there?
No.
So you can speed that up a little bit?
No. But then that means I also have to use two hands.
Or just slide your finger up.
I guess. I'll try that, though.
Yeah, try that.
So,
See if it makes it faster.
again, press 2 3 times for C, and then press the down arrow, and then it just puts it.
And then 2 once, and then that'll put the A, and then you can jump down to the end. The down arrow is like it's finishing the suggestion because it's got the 3 inputs, so you don't have to wait. Now, Blindshell, could you set a way for me to lower that delay that I have to wait for? Because
that's what I thought
helpful.
you were actually about to tell me. It was
No.
Did you know that you could go into the keyboard settings and change that delay? And I was like, no, Mike, I do not know because I did not look at the keyboard settings.
Now, maybe you can. I don't think so, though.
I really miss, and I didn't think about this. This was not anticipated. But a very simple thing, creating a contact or updating a contact. Not having some of those additional fields like, I don't know, company name or address. It's kind of aggravating. Like, I need those fields. Not all the time, but I need those fields to exist.
You don't have those fields?
No.
Oh, you're right. It's
I mean,
first
I think
name, last name, home, phone, mobile. Yeah.
There may be an address field. I might be exaggerating stuff, but there's no company name.
There's no company. Huh.
So now I'm doing the thing that I don't like that people do, which is your phone, it's your contact, database, do what you want to do. But I tend to, let's say I'm putting in the company name for Jones and Brothers Realty. Like, I don't want to put Jones and Brothers Realty as the first name or Jones and Brother and then Realty as the last name. Yeah. I don't want to do that. It's a company. Put in the freaking company name. But that's me. Some people may not care about that. I have not set email up on here, mostly because it's going to be painful. And I know it's going to be painful. I did pair a Bluetooth keyboard so I can type in passwords. So
that's good. Which keyboard?
The ProtoArt keyboard I've had for a while. I just got what is that keyboard that I just got? What keyboard did you ask me about last week? Do you remember? Stephen and Sean just bought one.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I just don't remember the name of it because I didn't just get done listening to one of their episodes. So it's not the iClever.
Keychron.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so I don't have the same one I have. I have a folding one. It just arrived today. I opened it. I looked at it. My initial impressions, and I'll follow up on this because I haven't even attempted to pair it to anything yet. I just opened it and looked at it. It's like, it's not what I expected, man. Yeah, but we're going to try it and see how well it works. So that's my initial impression of the folding Keychron. I thought this is not what I thought it was going to be. That little divider in the middle that makes it ergonomic. Maybe I misread something. I thought that kind of clipped together or something, so it would be solid. I'm not sure I'm going to like this. But anyway, I'll follow up on it. That's about as far as I got. You can reprogram keys and do other things with a tool, so I'll mess with it for a bit.
Yeah.
When I get time. But yeah, I'll pair it up and probably talk about it some next week. But nope, the ProtoArt folding Bluetooth keyboard I talked about a couple of years back. I still have that keyboard. It's kind of my favorite folding keyboard overall, because it is very close to the size of a laptop keyboard. So the keys are big and you can feel them, and the arrow keys look right, I think. Right, I don't remember now. I don't have it handy. Anyway, I like it. It has a number pad on it. And it can pair to 3 different devices. So, nice keyboard. I don't think they sell that particular model anymore. But anyway, I paired a Bluetooth keyboard to it. I did successfully get the Meta Ray-Bans paired to it. Now, these are the first gen Ray-Bans, but they are paired weird thing, again, if you have different feedback or a different experience, reach out. Phone calls will come through the Ray-Bans.
That's
the regular
good.
screen reader, when you're navigating the phone, comes through the phone.
Wait. So
Yes, I said what you thought I said.
sorry, my brain had to catch up to that comment. Just saying. So not all audio, or does all audio but the screen reader come through the glasses?
So at the moment, I can say that phone calls come through the Ray-Bans.
What about screen reader sounds?
No, I don't have those on.
Okay. Yeah, I turned those off too. But
Yeah, no. So my next test is to try like YouTube or something and see if audio comes through the Ray-Bans, which I didn't consider. I just, I made an assumption that was probably not a safe assumption to make, that, okay, the screen reader's not going to come through, but if I'm on a call or watching a video or playing music back or whatever, that will come through. But I made that assumption. And then Jacob, unknowingly challenged that assumption yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, I guess I should go try that because I'm not 100% sure, man." But he asked the question. He was like, "Well, does it do?" And I was like, "It probably should, but I don't know. I'm going to try it."
right. So I can't tell you yes.
I can't confidently say yes, it does. I can say it should. So I will try that at some point when I feel like putting on those freaking meta glasses again. At any rate, this is not meant to be a bashing of the Blindshell. This is just my experience. There are some cool things about it. The camera is way better than I think I believed it was. Because I use Be My Eyes. I finally signed up to Be My Eyes. It took a while. That's what made me pair the keyboard, by the way. Typed in that password. Have not tested with the Meta Ray-Bans yet because I had literally just signed into it yesterday. But I took a photo with Be My AI. And again, being aware of the environment I was sitting in, some of the things that it was able to pick up, like distance-wise, as well as, I would say, like the left to right view of what it actually captured, I was quite amazed. It's like, oh, I did not know you could see all of that. It saw the sidewalk that I was sitting in front of. It saw the tree. It saw the road, told me that the road curved here. Told me about some signs that it couldn't read because they were too far away across the street, some trees and some other stuff across the street. I was like, wait a minute. I wasn't expecting you to get, I was hoping you would just get the tree that was right there in front of me. Like,
right.
I wasn't getting all that.
Nice.
So, again, if I had to, like, I don't know how long this experiment is going to last. It's probably going to last a little longer than I want it to, unless I decide to just stick my SIM card in this Pixel phone over here, because I now have my number on a physical SIM, which means I need to convert it back to an eSIM if I want it back on my busted up iPhone. And I'm not sure I want to do that because, I may have to send the iPhone in now to get it repaired, which means there won't be an iPhone. So we'll see. The other notable thing that I will say about the phone is if it were just the only phone I had to carry, I would be fine. Having to also carry an iPhone, which is a thing that I have been doing, not saying everybody has to do this, or even that there's not a scenario where I wouldn't have to do this, but at the moment that's what I'm doing. It's a little too much from one pocket to have both phones. Oh, also, just to throw out a few things that are slightly concerning to me from my perspective, the little keypad lock thing, like, it tells you how to unlock it, so, like, that's not really security.
Right, yeah. I don't think it's meant for security. I think it's more meant for, like, key guard.
The other thing I note, and I think perhaps on some level I was aware of this, but it didn't bother me because I wasn't, like, signing into Be My Eyes where I had to talk to people or attempting to set up Signal or WhatsApp or any of those things. And it's like, I'm used to Android. I'm used to devices being like, this app wants to use your microphone. Do you want to? Oh, you just bypass all of that, huh? It's okay, huh? If the app is on my phone and wants to use a microphone, I don't know anything about it. It's just happening. I'm not extraordinarily comfortable with that. I'm just saying. I understand why they would make that choice based off the purposeful design of the phone. But it was just a thing that occurred to me the other day when I was trying to call Mike. I was like, wait, is it going to ask for microphone access? Nope. Just started calling Mike, and then he didn't answer. I was like, oh, I guess Mike's mad at me. He's not answering my WhatsApp calls. Even though he suggested I call him on the Blindshell so he could hear the audio. Okay, all right. Well, I'll just go run my little vending business over here and hope that we record a show on Thursday and everything is okay. Oh, wait, Mallory's home. That's probably why he's not answering the phone. Never mind. I'm the asshole
Maybe.
here.
See, it's waiting for you to get catch up to that one. Oh.
No, that's actually how well, it didn't exactly go quite like that, but I did arrive at that point. I was like, what the hell is Mike doing? It was like, oh, Windows is home. Never mind. I'm the asshole in this situation for real. Why are you calling them? Leave them alone. Shout out to Mallory.
Quick side note, that linking devices on WhatsApp is pretty cool. I will say, Doug told me today that you can only have a total of 4 linked devices, including your main phone.
How many do I have linked? 1, 2, possibly 3 at the moment.
So, anyways.
Yeah, the device linking with WhatsApp is great. I wish it were a feature that Signal would implement, because I would be much more annoying about trying to get people to use Signal. But if I'm having an issue using it across platforms, like how could I possibly recommend you use it? Like, this doesn't make any sense.
Man,
Signal, I need you to tighten up.
I'm on a... Why can't... Safari... Anyways, I'm on several ACB affiliate mailing lists, and one of them today sent an email to ACB affiliate named Signal Group. And I'm like, I didn't even know groups were a thing in Signal.
Yes, they are.
So I'm like, maybe I might have to go download Signal. Maybe.
So I will tell people, essentially from a usage standpoint, the basic features, and when I say basic, I mean none of the AI crap shoved into your thing. Mm-hmm. There's no broadcasting or any of that crap. But just the basic features that you have in WhatsApp are in Signal. So you can individually message people. You can have message groups. You actually have administrators of groups so that you can determine who's in and out, all that sort of stuff. They have this thing called Stories, which I don't really know anything about. I'm not really sure why the hell they put that in there, other than they're trying to, put a few features in to attract people that are like, well, I really would use Signal, except I can't post this little dingus thing about what I was doing this morning, so people won't be a part of my day that were late getting up or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, that's there. You can block people. You can do phone calls. You can do audio calls. You can do video calls. The main thing that keeps WhatsApp on my phone, because Mike will tell you folks, if nobody else believes it, Mike definitely will tell you, if I don't want to use something or don't like something, I ain't touching it.
Nope. How long did it take you to get over to WhatsApp?
Yeah, I was on WhatsApp at one point, then I got off WhatsApp because, Meta. But then I came back because it's like, well, a lot of people I talk to are using WhatsApp, and there's that device linking thing, and they're actually using the signal encryption protocol. So other than the metadata that Facebook gets, not really potentially getting much information about me. So maybe it's okay.
And what's metadata for users who might not know?
That would be your phone number. That would be the people that you talk to. It's data about data. Like, it's not your conversation, but it's the fact that you had a conversation, if you want to look at it that way. Actually, an even better thing that I've heard other people use, and I think is actually pretty good. So if I mail a letter to Mike, the postal service knows I mailed a letter to Mike. Now, if they're, decent mail people, they didn't open it and read it, so they don't know anything about the contents, but they know that a letter was mailed to Mike. That's basically metadata. Signal also leaks a little bit of that too, so nobody's perfect in that particular regard of who talked to who. There may be one app that I know of that might be better, meaning they don't leak that data, but nobody's going to use that because, one, you got to pay for it, and two, most people don't care. But yeah, that's metadata. So For example, in Signal, I could have a conversation with an individual I've chosen to title Hippie Grandma. Well, if there's ever a search warrant issued or a subpoena issued for either of us, they can find out potentially from Signal, depending on how hard they fight it. But just to say in general, Signal follows the law for the countries in which they operate. They'll know that me and Hippie Grandma had a conversation. What we talked about, there's no way for them to know that. They have no way, Signal has no way to hand that over. WhatsApp, if they're actually doing what they say they're doing, has no way to hand that information over. They can hand over the fact that me and Mike had a phone call, had a text message conversation on these days at these times, but the contents of said conversations are not available to anyone but me and Mike unless they manage to hack one of our phones. Then all bets are off.
Yeah.
Then you run to, oh man, I don't even know a good country to run to now. Never mind.
Not anymore.
Moving on. Wait, did you say Luxembourg?
I've been playing with OpenClaw.
Man, I've done absolutely nothing with AI this entire week, I don't think.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
The show is over, people. Damashe, he may be back for 158, but...
Otherwise, you're going to have battery on. Shout out to Windows.
Man, when she's asking me, what does Claude say about this? I'm like, great. Now you know I'm using Claude. I mean, I've told her Claude's better than ChatGPT, but...
So, before we get more to OpenClaw, because we did talk about your OpenClaw setup last week, I thought about that. I don't think I've asked a single question of AI this entire week. I mean, probably through Siri on some random thing, but what did NVIDIA close at yesterday? It's like, oh, never mind. I shouldn't ask that question.
Yeah, you don't want to know that right now.
No, I don't want to know the answer to that question right now at all, for sure.
No.
Anyway, I meant to ask you last week because you mentioned to me in a text message that you were using ChatGPT 5.4. So my first question was, how did you get there? And my second question, I guess now, is, are you still using ChatGPT?
So I've got a weird setup. Not really a weird setup. So yes, to answer your question, I am kind of using ChatGPT 5.4. I am more using ChatGPT 5.4 mini, and because I burned through a lot of money really fast. Like, thank you, OpenAI, for not letting me overspend what my available balance was on that. But I'm using that. I'm listening to a message that my OpenClaw told me. Its name is K, and it's running on 3 different models. Now, GPT 5.4 mini, that's what I use for like emails and scheduling and stuff like that. When I need more in-depth content, it'll switch up to GPT 5.4. And then my primary AI engine is OpenRouter free, which I think is a penny for every 1,000 tokens or something like that, versus a 15 cents for every 1,000 tokens that 5.4 mini is running. I believe are the prices. Take those with a grain of salt because that's numbers that OpenClaw gave me. So just give that, I'm going to keep that in mind. But that's my current setup. So if I tell it that I need it to draft something, or if I need it to do something more in depth, then it's going to automatically switch up to 5.4 mini. Otherwise, just like simple responses like, hey, what did I tell you to remind me about last week, or something like that, it's going to use the OpenRouter free model, which I've been somewhat satisfied with. I will say I appreciate the personality with 5.4 mini. OpenRouter is just like, here's your information. But that's what you get, what you pay for. But yeah, I easily went through $35 in a weekend, and thankfully didn't get too high because I kept adding money. But one time it popped back and said, like something about no response available or something. Like, what is going on? And I went and looked at OpenAI platform, and it's like, you have negative $0.02. I'm like, you want more money from me? So, but what's really cool is I actually talked through what I wanted to set up and how I wanted it to handle. And I said, I need you to be budget conscious because I ain't making a lot of money with this. And most of the time it's just back and forth messages that I want to chat with you about. And I have Open Router API keys and OpenAI API keys. Can you set all this up? And it set it all up for me. Told me where to go and put my API keys. I put them in the places it needed to be. I did not install the 1Password skill yet. I think that's going to make my life a lot easier because then you can just give it access to one vault and then it uses the 1Password CLI to interact with that vault. So that's going to be my not too distant future tasks. But yeah, it's okay. My challenge now is finding what to do with it, and I got to figure that out. But knowing that every command I send it has a cost to it really adds up pretty fast. I will say I am using it though to give me a daily recap of what we worked on. So every day at 7:30 p.m. it does accurately send that. I don't know if I ever followed up with you on that, but it does send that recap to me automatically. And then it is managing its memory. So I have it backing it. Well, actually, I need to tell it to back itself up because it's not an automatic backup. But it is it has the ability to back itself up, which is good. It is managing memory. So it's clearing the main memory every day on my first request to it, and then it archives the previous day's memory into a markdown file in the directory that it is in, and then it clears that memory file, that memory MD file, and then it starts over. And if I mention, hey, what did we talk about yesterday, or what's a reminder I told you about earlier this week, it should go through and search those older memories to try to find that information. I think there's some ways I can simplify that because I guarantee that's taking some processing power. But that's where I am with OpenClaw right now. And it's weird because I'm interacting with it with Telegram, and Telegram is not it's doable. It's one of those apps I wouldn't recommend for people to use, but it can be used. And
He's
when
trying
you
to
figure
say
out,
it sucks.
yeah, kind of. When you figure out its idiosyncrasies, you're like, oh, okay, that's how you do that. There's a new app out on TestFlight called Accessiblegram, but I uninstalled it because it kept crashing on me. So that's my OpenClaw.
I was going to ask about that, then you just said it. So,
Yep.
All right then. Accessiblegram, it crashes.
Now,
Who made
Telegram
this?
should be installed. Wait, is Telegram on the Blindshell?
It's not by default, but it should be installable on the Blindshell.
Well, I didn't remember if it was Telegram or Signal that the Blindshell, because remember they give you WhatsApp and a couple other apps, and I thought one of those
so
was
on the
in
3,
the app
you
catalog.
get none of those
Oh,
by default. Yeah,
okay.
you don't even get
That's
YouTube.
right. Oh,
Yeah, you have to
that
go
would make that
download
one
it.
customer happy who asked me, "How do I get this YouTube off of here?"
You buy a Classic 3, sir.
Exactly.
Or ma'am.
I mean, you could go disable. It was a sir. You could go disable it, but just go buy a Classic 3.
Will make me happy. Cool beans.
I don't know what else you have, but that's all I wanted to share. And I wanted to say you're welcome to the listener who wrote in that said we could use his name last week, but I said it enough of last week that I'm not going to say it again so you know who you are. It did take him a little while to respond. Well, I sent him an email and said, hey, I don't know if you've seen that, but I said, hey, just so you know, we're going to answer your questions about security and locks and stuff on 155. And then he's like, thanks for letting me know on the 29th. And then he emailed us earlier today and said, just now getting to this, appreciate you, you keep up the awesome work or something. No need to like worry about it because there are podcast episodes in my podcast feed that are weeks old that I need to get to. So totally understand it.
Yeah, man. So shout out to Chad.
Yeah.
It's a good topic. We should revisit it at some point. I definitely need to find the devices I mentioned, which I haven't, not because I didn't look, I just didn't find them. I am using this week with the P4 Next the audio Technica AT 2005, which is our USB/XLR recommendation. Doesn't have to be this specific mic. I don't think they even sell this one. Even if you find it, unless it's under $50, don't buy it.
Yeah.
The Samsung Q2U, or if you can get your hands on a 2100X from Audio Technica, are what we recommend. But that's what I'm using. I've been trying to be mostly unbiased about this whole thing, although I wasn't very unbiased last week when I talked about the church. So I'm going to continue that track of wanting to be unbiased, but not really being able to be. I don't think I sound that great on this mic. It's not terrible, but it ain't a Shure Beta 87A. I'm just saying, like, that is it, man. Now, I might throw the... well, stupid expensive will be the more expensive mic up here and try it with the P4 next, because I'm not sure if I've done that. I know I haven't done it in this little series, so I probably will do that for next week just to give people a comparison. I said I wasn't going to bring that mic back out because I put it in a box, but you know, we're here for the content, man. And honestly, for people listening, like, oh, again, he's still talking about the thing. So at the end of this, we're going to do a thing. Part of that is going to be me probably telling everybody, listen, just go buy a Vocaster and a Beta 87A and start your show. Do your thing. Yeah. That's probably where we're going to end up at. We're most certainly not going to end up at me saying, you should go buy exactly what normally sits on my desk, because you should not. I should not have done it. Just be clear about this. I shouldn't have did it, but I did. But I did it for you so that you wouldn't have to. Because now you can hear like, hey, that $59 Vocaster didn't make the $200 mic sound any different than the whatever it costs nowadays interface did. So there's that. I don't have much else. I mean, I didn't do anything with vibe coding anything. I feel slightly strange.
No.
Well, a part of me is like, I didn't do anything with AI. Like, I wasn't productive. And it's like, wait, AI does not equal necessarily being productive, first of all. So calm down, young man. Secondly, I'm kind of at a little issue because I'm a little ticked, so I sort of want to join the people who are like, oh, we're abandoning OpenAI. I did cancel my subscription, but I've been did that. But then I'm like, Claude's code leaks, and I'm like, are you seriously just vibe coding this thing and nobody's checking it? Like, where are you taking us that we're following you on this journey? Like, I'm not sure that I'm comfortable with that either.
Oh, it's funny. I only laugh because I'm like, man, I wonder if someone vibe coded it and told it to push a commit, and it pushed it and did what it was supposed to do.
No, it pushed it, and it wasn't supposed to push it because, as I explained a couple of weeks ago, like I was using this tool and I was like, hey, I thought I told you not to ever commit or push anything with it. You're absolutely right. I don't know what I was thinking. 30 minutes later, I've pushed these commits. You should go test them. What the hell? Dude.
See our previous conversation. See earlier in this conversation.
So, yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know.
The world works in strange ways.
Yeah, it does. All that being said, Proton has released a feature or services called Workspace that compete directly with Google Workspace.
Oh?
/ Office 365. I still haven't used Proton yet, so there's a listener that I know for certain, and I don't remember who it is, but I know they use Proton Mail because their email address has it in there.
Yep. I think we have a couple Proton Mail.
We probably do. I feel like we do too as well. I'm not being obfuscated. I'm not telling you their names because I'm trying to protect their privacy. I wouldn't tell you if I knew who it was, but I would probably reach out to them directly if I remembered their names because I could very quickly do a search. Anyway, if you're a Proton Mail user or any other Proton services, we would like to hear from you. I would like to hear from you. Feedback at technicallyworking.show is one way you can make that happen.
Do you want to come on the show and talk about Proton?
You could do that as well.
Yeah, or just send us an email.
Yeah, or send us an email. I mean,
Uh,
I do want to close out with just a mention of a thing that you have been playing with, unless you have stopped playing with that thing,
what am I
which
playing
would be
with?
the keyboard
The keyboard.
on Android. He is not using the
Oh.
keyboard on Android anymore.
Oh, no. I mean, I've kind of been playing with it, but that kind of goes back to what you talked about. And that is, if it's not my primary driver, it's going to sit over on the desk. And I like pick it up. I'm like, oh, this is cool. All right. I put it back down because I don't need to use it. So maybe what I need to do is switch over to that phone full time and then use the keyboard more. Have you been playing with Tap Type?
I have not, because
Same thing?
it's sort of, yeah, like I'm already doing the thing with the Blindshell. Like, I have the message, and it's like, I'll get to it, but just not yet, because I'm trying to do this Blindshell thing. I really kind of want to validate, not necessarily my thoughts about it, but just the usage of the phone. And since I'm here, I do want to go back to a point, and I'm absolutely open for debate on this topic, not necessarily between me and Mike, but I'm just saying in general, I'm open for debate on this topic. You will have to explicitly mention me or use hashtag technically working on Mastodon in order for me to see your comments there, or you can email us. I feel that Blindshell, while what they are targeting, the audience they're targeting is it's restrictive in two ways. Number one, I feel like it makes the cost of that phone higher than it should be because they're targeting blind people specifically, seems to be my impression. Also feel like they missed an opportunity to sort of do a thing that has me more excited about the Clicks communicator and had me excited about the Capsies phone. And I don't know if Capsies is doing a new version of their phone. You remember this one, Mike?
Oh, I remember Capsies because I told someone it's $700 and some odd dollars, and they're like, no, it's not. It's like $1,500 now, and the same exact phone is like $1,500 now.
Wait, the same phone that's in my nightstand drawer?
Same exact phone.
Okay, so to explain for people here, as we take you out at the end of this show, here's what Blindshell is. Blindshell used Android, and they very heavily customize it to the point you don't get notifications about applications using your microphone or your camera. Just putting that out there. But it's a very simple, navigable interface, and I've honestly gotten to move around it pretty quick using the numbers to jump to specific things because you can learn the phone pretty easily. And I've always tried to position it when talking to customers in my role as an AT Guys employee as it's a great phone if, one, you really hate touchscreens, or two, you really want something that's more simplified than your traditional smartphone, but you still want some of those capabilities. Like you want internet, or you want, email, or you just want to be able to, accessibly, independently text people and butt dial people, because that's the thing that happens. You could absolutely do this with this phone. It's not a terrible device. I really don't think it's a terrible device. It has its glitches, but if you listen long enough, you've heard me talk about Apple. So nobody's perfect. Where I think they missed is I still feel like the name that a large portion of their community has adopted possibly should have been the name if they couldn't come up with anything better, which is just call it the Shell phone.
Yep.
I think that is an awesome name that kind of spawned out of the community. I sort of want to say Mike created that name, but I could be wrong.
No, someone else kept. I kept hearing people call it that, and then I ran with the Shell phone show.
I actually remember this now.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right, because the customers would call and they would call. I want to know about this Shell phone. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the Blindshell Classic?
And then they would catch me when I'm having a bad day, and I'd really push it. I've never heard of a Shell phone. Oh. Sorry, JJ.
The secret tales of Michael's journeys as an AT guy. I never did that one. Jeez, Mike. But okay, the community and interested parties came up with it's a decent name for a phone. Like, I mean, it stands out. So that I feel could have opened the marketing capabilities and avenues up to them to push this phone, market this phone, not only just to blind people. There are a ton of sighted people or people with differing disabilities that might like this phone that are absolutely going to steer clear, have been steering clear of it if they ever heard about it, because it says, I'm the Blindshell. And I'm like, well, I'm not blind. So I guess it's not a phone for me. The other thing that I think they missed, and I feel like they took steps in this direction with the 3, but they chickened out. Capsies was closer with this, but I think the bigger miss for Blindshell is they should have taken Android, made a very customized. I mean, listen, they could have sat down and chatted with Samsung. Like, how do we customize the hell out of Android so it doesn't even look like it, but it still works just like it? Giving us a custom launcher, some other custom navigational stuff for specifically focused on keypad navigation and button navigation, but still left more of the underlying Android OS available. And it's not just for, people like me who are like, how can I sideload Claude on here? Because it's like, I need to do a thing. Or, can I sideload Home Assistant or something? I'm not using Home Assistant. I just threw this out as an example. Cause maybe Chad is listening. He's thinking about a Blindshell. No, I'm just kidding. But I think that would have made it a more interesting phone. Once again, it would have been as simple and easy to navigate as a person wanted it to be, but the more complex you wanted it to be, with caveats. I appreciate the caveat. I wish I could turn it off every time I go to the third-party apps. So third-party apps are not supported. Okay. Can I turn it off? I understand. But I think it could have been a more capable device at a slightly cheaper than what the 3 is going for price point, with more capabilities for those who wanted to delve a little bit deeper, but still not go full on Pixel 10, Samsung S28000 or whatever's out there. Capsies kind of missed it because their hardware just kind of sucked. I mean, I don't know what episode we talked about this on. Me and Mike both talked about this phone because we both were generously given test demo units of it. And I appreciate that. If you guys decide to come out with another one that's not going to cost over $1,000, like it's some kind of, folding iPhone or something, reach out. We'll talk about that too. Capsies came closer to my vision for a phone that has buttons that, while extremely useful to blind people, could just be useful to people that want that thing. And nobody's made that thing yet. I'm still very interested in what Clicks does with the communicator, but it's not out yet. Nobody I know has it. And as far as I know, they're not planning to send myself or Mike any sort of demo hardware as Mike picks up his Clicks communicator that he's had on his desk for 2 weeks.
No.
But I didn't say that.
No Clicks.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't think either one of us has one. It would be great if one of us or both of us could get one to test it out and see what that experience is like.
Didn't you say they mentioned TalkBack?
They did. Like they're aware of accessibility. They say the keyboard is physical, so you can feel the keys tactically and all of that. So I have high hopes for it to be sort of a similar to what the iPhone was for a brief moment in time, where it's like, hey, everybody gets this phone because off the shelf it worked for me. I feel that we're seeing a swing in just general community, and apparently these youngsters, I don't know which generation they are. Are they AA now? I don't know what they are. They're really going back to a lot of the retro stuff that we grew up with, and we were like, man, I can't wait till this crap gets better. Yeah. So they're carrying flip phones, not foldable flip phones that are smartphones, but no, they're just flip phones, like,
like a Nokia
LG
N95.
Yeah, or LG, whatever bunch of letters came out.
VX4650.
That's it. That is actually the phone.
Yep. I know. I had that phone.
Man,
Likes
Mike
that
called
phone.
that out. Yep, that is actually the phone. Yeah, they're going back to these types of phones. So there's a place for it. I think there's always a place for interesting hardware. Unfortunately, we're in a situation where that interesting stuff is always going to usually come from Android. I don't say that to be dismissive of Android because I greatly appreciate it, probably more than most people know. I feel that Android gets underused, but in the grand scheme of things, having two options for mobile platforms is still kind of crappy because Apple's never going to push the boundaries because we make billions of dollars a quarter just on the iPhone. It allows us to throw away $10 billion on a car that we never even actually had a prototype built up because, but yeah, I feel like Blindshell has missed it. They could recover potentially. They gotta let go of the name though. Just call it the shell phone. Like the community has named your product, man. Like embrace that shit.
Use what the community. I mean, listen to your market. Really, that's what it comes down to, and that's what your market's telling you is they want their shell phone.
They want their shell phone.
And then you can pay Adrian thousands of dollars for the shell phone show rights. And then, Adrian, if you're listening, I wouldn't mind 20% of that.
Yeah. I want like 2% just because Mike probably at some point in the past asked me a question about the shell phone show when he was sitting
You recorded some content too, remember? So
yeah, I don't remember that. I don't recall doing such a thing.
You showed people how to move their contacts. They kind of email their contacts to themselves.
Oh
and
man, I
import
should
them into the
update that
Blindshell.
that app doesn't run on the Mac anymore. I just realized that when I was trying to get my contacts onto the Blindshell. So here we go, circling back around. I will. I might reach out to Adrian and listen, man. You want me to re-record this?
You should.
Update this content here.
Adrian, if you're listening, reach out to us because he's not going to reach out to you.
Mostly because I don't have your email, dude. Like, just I don't know how to find you, man. I'm not going searching through YouTube.
You're not going to go listen to the Shell Phone Show to get his email?
Nope, probably not. Well, I don't know. I probably will actually put it on here.
Maybe you should. Maybe it'll teach you some tips for navigation and stuff.
There's that thing, but also, to make a great demo for people.
There you go.
Yeah. So, I think that's actually a nice circular thing that we're doing there. And it's not that weird circular thing.
And you can try that down arrow trick with the L's when you're writing in Shell Phone Show.
I absolutely can. Yeah. So everything circles back around. It's not the weird jerkily thing that, NVIDIA gives me $1 billion and then I buy $1 billion worth of GPUs from NVIDIA. So like nobody actually made any money at all.
I thought you were talking about the stock price.
I don't want to talk about that at all.
Let's wrap it up.
What stock market? There's no such thing. That is fake news that there is even a stock market that exists. What is not fake news, though, is that you can follow us on Mastodon. He is Payon, Payown, at dragonscave.space. I'm Damashe, Damashe, at technically.social. Our bot, that's probably why I really kind of feel sour about no AI stuff this week, because my bot ain't out there doing stuff yet. The bot is being slightly neglected at the moment, but I will get back to it. The bot, TW, at technically.social. It's a great follow. You should do it. We're probably going to get the bot on some other platforms just so everybody else on, I'm not going to promise Threads. I will commit to Blue Sky until they kick my bot off for being, I don't know what the bot's going to be, but they'll probably kick it off. But, yeah, that's how you could do that. The hashtag technically working is something that we both follow, or saved, or however that works in Mona. But it's there and we can jump to it very quickly. Please capitalize the T and the W, and we thank you in advance for that. Email, as we have mentioned, feedback at technicallyworking.show. The email never stopped working. Thanks to everybody for listening. Shout out to our tip jar subscribers. We appreciate all of you. And I'm going to shout out subscriber number 6. I don't know who that is exactly, but you're there and you came back. So we appreciate you. We appreciate all of you that are tip jar subscribers as well as one-time tip donators. We thank you for that too. It's kind of like you came, you listened to a show. It's kind of like you went to a restaurant and had a good meal and you tipped the, Mike, what's the right term? Because the server
for what?
What for like a waiter or waitress? Like what's a generic safe word to use for that?
Wait staff.
He said serve person.
Wait staff.
You tip the serve person. It's kind of like that. If you do a one-time tip to technically work.
Hospitality, is that the word you're looking for?
We want to thank everybody for listening. This has been Technically Working episode number
156, I think. Yes, maybe.
No, I think it's
157. It is 157. Yep. Mm-hmm. See, just don't listen to me.
All right, we'll do it again. Well, thank everybody for listening. This has been Technically Working episode number
157.
Now, you know what's so funny about that is that earlier in the episode, you were like, all right, this show's over. Damashe might be on 158, so you knew it.
I did.
An hour ago. You said serve person.
That's what happens when I'm checking email while I'm talking and not paying attention.
Man, I don't know the word that I was actually working. I think wait staff or so I don't know. Maybe somebody will email us and actually tell us what the right word is. Because I was like, it's like you tipped your waitress. Like, no, that's sexist. You tipped your waiter. Oh, that's something.
You tipped your restaurant workers.
Yeah, but I didn't tip the dishwasher, dude. Like,
True.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a word for it.